So let's get straight to the point. You're broke and you don't want to spend money on a painting because they're expensive. You decide to make your own. This will be the easiest thing you've ever made and will take you 10-15 minutes. Hotkeys are in the bottom right corner if you want to see what I'm clicking. So, load up your default scene, delete the default cube, actually just delete everything, we're not going to need anything. Go to Edit Preferences and enable Sapling Tree Gen. Add-ons make everything easier, I promise. Now import it from the curves menu and choose a preset you like or make your own. If you turn off limit import, it will import the preset with leaves. Now that we've got your tree, you can have some fun setting up your camera. Fun fact, if you go Shift A and then hit R, it'll add a camera and you won't have to select it from the drop down. So I'm going to change mine to an orthographic camera because that way that looks. You can use the orthographic scale slider to adjust the zoom. Set your resolution. I want mine to be square, so I'm going to do 2040 by 2040, which is a standard 2K picture. Then just have fun positioning your camera. This is subjective, so just make it look how you like. Now we're going to change our world background to black so that it's going to be a white on black color scheme. And keep in mind we're using the Eevee render engine, so things will render in real time. Switch over to render mode and there's nothing there. That's because we need to add a material to the tree. Apply the default material and delete the shader. I know it sounds scary, but I'm going to show you a way that you can fake lighting, and I think it's easier because you won't have to mess with lights. So add a geometry node, a normal node, and a color ramp. Plug the normal into the normal. Plug the dot product from the normal node into the color ramp, and then plug the color into the surface. Now you can see that you get white values on the top of the tree. This is because by default it projects the white values from the top. So if you want it to look like it's getting lit from the side, just flip that thing on its side. This is going to need a lot of adjusting, it will, but just keep doing it until you find something you like. Also, on another note, that normal node can be pretty pesky to adjust, so take your time on this step. Once you've got something you like, you can adjust the sliders on the color ramp to tighten up the values if that's your thing. And then now we're going to add the sun in the background. So do Shift A, add an icosphere or UV sphere, either one. You can do Control 2 to add a subdivision subsurface, shade smooth, and then position it wherever you want. Give it emission material. You can make it any color you want, but I like to use a black body converter, which is temperature of color measured in Kelvin. And I know from experience that 3000 looks pretty nice. So I'm going to use that as my color. Plug the color into the color. Now, we're going to switch over to rendered mode, and you have a sun. Sweet, looks pretty good already. Now, if you don't want leaves, you can select them and hit H, but this won't actually hide them in the render, so what you got to do is enable that little button, and then if you turn that off, it won't show up in the render. I'm going to leave them on because I like the way the leaves look, and I want to randomly select some of the red leaves. So tap into edit mode, go into face select mode, or else this, well, it just works better. And then we're going to go select random. I'm going to do 3%, but you can choose any amount you like. And then we're going to add two materials in this. We're going to give the material that we have for the tree and put it in there. And we're going to add a new material on top of that, which is going to be our emission. You can also make it any color. I'm going to do red. And then after that, we need to assign our values. We need to assign the texture to the leaves. So go back into edit mode, and with all of your leaves selected and the material selected, hit assign, and you've got your red leaves. Sweet. So at this point you can tweak it, and if you feel like you're done, you can hit render. And you got a beautiful tree. It's got a lot of detail too, as you can see there. So you could totally print this out and put it on a big canvas on your wall, which is what I plan to do. Now if you want to do a black on white color scheme, I'm going to show you how to do that. Change your world background to white to have a white background, and then what you got to do is on your color ramp for the tree, take the black slider and just move it above the white slider. This will act like an invert node and just change the white and black values. Now adjust this. It's going to need a lot of adjusting again, and find something you like. Tweak this a little bit more, tweak some colors, maybe select another couple random leaves, whatever fancies you, and then you can hit render and you've got your next picture.